All right, so this is the ultimate guide to the Klaviyo abandoned cart flow. And basically, what I'm going to be doing here is just sharing my experience from having set this up for 40 plus different brands in the e-commerce space across a few different niches. We A/B test this across all of our clients on a weekly basis. So yeah, I'm just going to be basically sharing what works the best for us, so we can help you sort of shortcut that process for you. And basically the best things to look at when you are setting up your own A/B test. So, yeah, as it says right here, this will cover optimal email strategy for the abandoned cart flow. This video is for e-commerce brand owners and marketing managers who are looking to maximize their email revenue. So, if that's you, then let's go ahead. All right, the outline. So there are two abandoned carts. The first one's going to be the default abandoned cart in Shopify, which is actually an abandoned checkout, and I'll show you why. And then there's a true abandoned cart that you have to set up manually with a code snippet. This one's going to be talking about the default abandoned cart, that you could set up within Shopify as sort of a default flow. Essentially, what I mean by that being an abandoned checkout is that the trigger is actually when somebody starts checkout. So the true abandoned cart flow is when somebody adds a product to their cart but doesn't start their checkout. So you need both. This one is a lot more important, so I'm going to be going over this one. So all right, and then how the flow works for people who are sort of unacquainted with abandoned carts and whatnot. I'm just going to give a brief overview on that. Then the overall flow strategy, what works the best for us in terms of like, all right, what should we do for email 1 or email 2? And then email structure, right? So how should each individual email be structured? Like let's say you have the flow strategy, but it's like, okay, but what do I put in the email? And then the testing phase, like how to go about this efficiently without wasting our time on stupid variables like button color, okay? All right, so how the abandoned cart flow works. There are tons of tutorials about this, so I'm going to be pretty sort of brief about it. But basically, this is just a series of automated emails that are designed to retarget shoppers who added items to their cart and started checkout, but didn't end up completing their purchase. Now, without this, what happens is there's a good chance that the person who abandoned their checkout is probably going to forget about you and potentially go and next time that they need to buy something, go and buy from one of your competitors. So obviously that's not good. Now the benefits of implementing this abandoned cart flow, especially with this optimal strategy here, is there's a few different things. So first order consequence is you're going to recover lost revenue. So a certain percentage of people are typically going to be abandoning their cart before purchasing. This is going to recover a certain percentage of those people. Second order consequence off of that is, obviously the goal here is to convert people from being non-customers to being first-time customers. And, the more people that you convert into first-time customers, they're much more likely to be purchasing from you in the future. So it's not just this one-time sort of purchase, but you're also increasing the likelihood that they purchase from you again in the future. And then finally, this is usually a top 3 revenue producing flow, along with, the browse abandonment, post-purchase, and a welcome flow. So this one's going to be pretty important to sort of optimize as well. All right, so the overall abandoned cart flow strategy is going to be, first off, not giving them a discount on email 1, and sometimes, email 2 as well. These are typically going to be reminder emails. So, somebody abandons their cart and then 30 minutes to 2 hours later, you hit them with their first email. That is not going to contain a discount. That's going to be 0%. Followed by, and this could be email 2 or email 3 when you introduce the offer, but it's going to be a smaller offer, right? You need room to sort of increase this because a certain amount of people aren't going to be buying at full price. So you try to convert them with the 0% and they don't buy. In this case, you're going to hit them with a smaller offer. Now, this could be 5%, it could be 10% off. It could be a few different other sort of creative offers, but you want to give them a small offer, um, followed up with, a day later, a bigger offer. All right, so they see the small offer, they still haven't pulled the trigger. Here's where you hit them with a big offer. And then finally, if they don't buy with that, big offer plus urgency. And this one's typically going to be email 4, email 5, or email 6 if it's, that long, for the bigger brands. And typically if they don't buy, then, then they're not going to buy in the abandoned checkout. You're going to have to keep following up with them with other flows and campaigns. All right, so this is typically going to be 4 to 6 emails long, depending on the list size and audience responsiveness. For smaller brands, smaller list sizes, it's going to be closer to 4 emails long. For the bigger brands, this is going to be 6 emails long, unless your audience is like super responsive, in which case you could just do 6, and that'll perform pretty well. All right, so actually let me show you this. All right, so here's the overall structure. So this one right here is 0%. I'm not giving a discount, basically just, hey, you left these items behind. It's a reminder. All right, this one, time is running out. So this one could either be a small discount or a reminder. This one, 24 hours left to get 10% off. So this one is the small discount plus urgency, which for the bigger brands you could utilize as well. And then a bigger offer, 15%. Take 15% off your order. And then finally, last call for 15%. Then this is 15%, and it's also the urgency factor of, all right, this is expiring after 24 hours, so make sure that you take advantage of this offer. As you can see, all of these emails here convert really well, and it's because we're not just spamming them with the same offer on each email. It's also not too short, where you're only sending 1 or 2 emails, which I do see sometimes. And yeah, so this overall performs pretty well. Short time delay as well. You don't want to include like 3 days between each email, because at that point their buying window is pretty much already elapsed. All right, so optimal email structure, and I'll be showing some examples here. So overall what you want to do is, and this is from top to bottom sort of layout, but hero image plus header at the top, offer if applicable, dynamic product block basically showing whatever was in their cart, call to action, basically resume checkout, shop now, etc., and then social proof at the bottom. All right, so let me show you that. All right, so here's an example of some of the abandoned cart emails, sort of showcasing the structure. So as you can see right here, we have the hero image at the top, followed by some small text explaining sort of, the instructions. It's like, all right, if you have a couple minutes to complete your order, you're only a click away, we've saved your blah, blah, blah. So when you're ready to buy, simply just click this, basically. Dynamic product block, all right? You want to make sure that you're showing them the item that they were looking at before they exited the website. And then call to action down here at the bottom. And you can also include social proof down here. For this particular customer, they don't have customer reviews on their website, so we elected to save their social proof for the last email in the flow, which I'll get to. Email number 2, all right? So this one, same exact structure here, all right? So hero image at the top, obviously you want to change up the hero image from email 1 and change up the header, so that's slightly different. If you send the same exact email for emails 2 and 3, people are less likely to open and thus, see the offer. Here's 10% off your items or your order below. Use discount code this. Small urgency, 48 hours. And then dynamic product block, and then call to action, continue to checkout. All right. Email number 3. All right. Now this one's going to be the big discount. Plus some urgency. All right, so here's 12% off. Shop now, and you could play around with putting the call to action button in the hero image, so that they don't have to scroll down. You want to test that out. Expires in 24 hours, so a bit more urgency. Use discount code this to claim your offer. Code expires in 24 hours. Dynamic product block here. And then call to action, continue to check out at the bottom. And then finally, email 4. All right, so, and then pretty similar structure here. Hero image at the top, slightly different image. Use 12% off, only 4 hours left. So very aggressive urgency. It's like, all right, you've seen the other email. You've been thinking about it. You have 4 hours left. So yeah, shop now. And then some small text here. Here's the discount code. Code expires in 4 hours, etc. Product block, call to action, and then down here, here's where you would generally put the social proof. In this case, we put their press mention, so featured in Vogue, USA Today, all that good stuff. So you could do that, or you could put customer reviews, or you could put nothing, or you could A/B test that, which is going to lead me to this point right here. So once all of this is set up, you want to maximize the conversion rate of each email that you send them. Obviously, to maximize the amount of people who you recover who abandoned their checkout. So here are the main things you want to focus on. It's going to be time delay. All right, so how much time between each email, how much time between them abandoning their cart and sending the first email. That's typically going to be anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours on email 1. And then between each one, it's typically going to be like a day. But you want to test that out on the time delay for email 1. Subject line and preview text. This could actually make a pretty solid difference. So definitely worth testing out. Very, very high or very good effort to reward ratio. Offer. You want to test out different offers. So 10% off versus $10 off, let's just say. Or 10% off versus 12% off. Like, let's see if that makes a difference. That's worth giving them an extra 2% of margin. Email structure, right? So hero image, you want to test out actually including a hero image versus not including hero image, let's just say. And that's going to have pros and cons, such as bringing the dynamic product that they were looking at above the fold so that they don't have to scroll, but they see the item that they were looking at. You want to test that out. I've seen that work both ways. Social proof. So again, test out customer reviews versus press mentions, or maybe test out nothing at all. I've seen all three of those win. Generally, social proof is going to win, but you never know. Got to test it out. So that's it for this video here. I covered optimal flow strategy for the abandoned cart flow. So hopefully that was helpful. If you'd like us to sort of take a look at your guys' account, let's say that you run an e-commerce brand that does at least $80,000 per month in revenue, in which case we could actually help and make a difference in your guys' account. Book a call in the description below. We'll set up a time, take a look at your guys' account, give you a free 90-day roadmap. If you want to work together with us, have us do your email marketing for you, we actually guarantee an increase of $50,000 per month within the first 45 days of working together, or else we work for free. But yeah, other than that, thanks so much for watching this video here, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.